So, I'm currently staying on Airbnb in Sartell, St. Cloud, but I just call it Sartell because that's what I'm used to. And I don't know, I want to talk about all the cool and interesting stuff I've been doing and seeing, but this one, I wanted to talk about the Perspective song because you asked for the meaning behind it. Originally when I was making it, I got that a little tune stuck in my head. That's how all my songs start. And it was, in this big, big world, I get so lost in tomorrow. Which really resonated with me because going to college and fighting so hard to have a stable future, I don't know, sometimes you just forget to enjoy the small things every day. The way I call it is feeling like a main character. Because sometimes you need to go on a walk in the middle of the night and, I don't know, enjoy life, change the routine, you know? So that's where it started. There was a lot of iterations in the tune because I try to mix it up because I realize a lot of my songs kind of have a repetitive na 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 thing going on. But big war. I'm just thinking about like lyric to lyric because I want to try to go through what they mean. So lost in tomorrow, thinking I'll be good once I do my dumb dreams. So when I rest my head in a bed that's 6 feet under, let me weigh my worth in gold and go to sleep. So the first refrain, that kind of it's like I don't think I've ever felt good enough. Just like going through college, high school, being a kid, I always kind of never felt like I was a human. I always thought I was like, everyone hated me and I had to work twice as hard to be normal. That's because I had my own messed up stuff, but getting to college, all of this drive, a large part of that has been, I don't know, wanting to prove everyone wrong who didn't believe in me. And so I talk about when I die, like when I'm on my deathbed, what I want out of my life. And I don't know, just kind of recognizing that and how I've been living my life so far, that my worth has only been my output, like what I can earn, what I can do. And then I can finally relax. Which sounds sad, and I don't know, it's something I'm exploring just in myself, becoming a better person. But it's not inaccurate to how I feel and how I'm going about life. It makes me happy, just pushing myself. It makes going to bed easier. I'm less stressed, I'm more confident doing the work I know I can do. So in the second verse, it goes, I got lost somewhere between next week and years from now. The present's tense. Suffice to say that I'm a big small boy in a world that's twice my size. I need a hug, please make the monsters go away. So the first line I got stuck on forever because I really liked it, but I didn't know where to take it. The lost somewhere between next week and years and now, because I feel like it's such a good alliteration. Kind of getting lost in my own future. Just, I don't know, I really like it where it's like, well, I'm thinking about next week's plans, but I'm also thinking about where I'm going to be in 5 years. And I kind of forget to be in the present. The following line, the present's tense, suffice to say, because sometimes it's easier to live in the goals rather than the present, because when there's things you're not happy with in your day-to-day, I don't know, it's a coping mechanism, I guess, like workaholics. And I like talking about kid me. Like, I don't know, I think there's like a weird beauty in just saying like, sure, I'm like a 20-year-old, but I'm also just still a kid trying to figure his stuff out. Still human, I still need hugs, you know? I like the down tune. I don't have my guitar with me. And I already made 2 videos on the same song. I didn't want to make a third. But I found the right notes for the guitar where it goes, I'm a big small boy in a world that's twice my size. I love how that stretches the size. I need a hug, please make the monsters go away. So those are two of my favorite like bits, the first and second refrain. The third, I had a little bit more fun with. I'm a small because I thought the first one, it's like I'm a in this big world, and then I'm a big small boy, and it's okay. It's big small, small. I was thinking, how do I use small? And then that's kind of where this came to me, where it's like I'm a small speck in a lactose flavored galaxy. Lactose because both the Milky Way and I'm lactose intolerant. And I think that's a really funny alliteration. I think that's a very funny alliteration. So hard to digest. Despite that fact, I will try my best. Because it's kind of saying, in the world, in the galaxy, it's hard to just be okay with it. It's hard to just, how do you say, recognize the beauty and the pain in it and not just go into coping. Because, I mean, there's so many people in the world, like my family included, and I know yours as well, who deal with it with drinking, who deal with it with, I don't know, bad habits, bad friends. I suppose religion to some extent. I've actually been getting into religion. I don't think I'm ever going to be a very religious person, but I love the community and people. But I never want to use it as an excuse to like escape the existential dread. I use this metaphor a lot where I think the emotional spectrum of happiness and despair is a football field, and you start in the middle. And if you want to feel the like truest joy in the world, you have to have an equal amount of suffering. And it's something I've used a lot with Ace when we talk about our relationship, because she struggles with commitment. Because she puts up her walls, and that stops her from feeling some of the pain and fear from being in a like intense relationship. But if you put up those walls, you're never going to experience the full joy because you're never experiencing the full risk. Which is a long-winded way of saying I want to experience what it's like being human, unfiltered and uninhibited. Because I don't know, I found like a really deep satisfaction where I don't know, when I talk to people and I get nervous, like if it's a CEO or just like I don't know, someone I really respect. I'm still nervous. That doesn't make the feeling go away, but there's a bit in my head now that tells me enjoy it. I'm not always going to be nervous. I'm not always going to be 20, you know? So I don't know, that's what that line meant to me. And then the last bit, I like, because that talks about Ace a lot. Well, I suppose Ace and just people I care about, but it goes, it makes me sad to think. Wait, no. As I start to shrink, as I start to get old, and old age has stole my eyes, it makes me sad to think that make you cry. And I mean eyes in a lot of ways. Because I know as I get older, I'm going to be stuck in a certain way. And to a lesser extent, I'm just going to be a different person. I'm a 20-year-old. I'm going to be a completely different man in 5 years and in another 5 years. Because my life's just started. I don't know so much about the world. And I want to. Please can you smile for me, though I can't leave you more than memories. Which kind of talks about death. If I ever have kids and I ever sing them anything, because I don't know. I want people to be sad, but I want them to be sad so they can remember the good. Me and Ace, we had a talk when we were driving down here about why I don't like taking photos and why I'm kind of a dry texter to a greater extent. And it reminded me a lot of our Canada trip because I took a lot of photos, but there was moments where there was just too many people, or it was a really beautiful moment and I didn't take a photo. And I think that's because I think as much as I enjoy the view, I also enjoy the beauty of its temperance. The fact that I'm never gonna be there again, I'm never gonna smell there again, I'm never gonna see there again. Where one of my favorite places we went to was this massive Dragonfoot Lake, and just looking across the entire forest, and I don't know, I remember standing there for like 10 minutes just taking it in, and I don't know, I'm glad I don't have a lot of photos of that. And then the last line, you're the smartest, strongest, loveliest girl I've ever had, as long as I've a heart. brain, that's not all bad. I will love you for every second that we share. You'll have this song when my heart can't beat you there. And I feel like there's not a lot of meaning beyond the words themselves. But I really like it. I like how it all fits together. Kind of saying I'm never gonna be around forever. That when I'm gone, this song and also just me as a person, I hope that leaves you with something good. I've been talking for 10 minutes, so yeah.